thank you for joining us today as we go through a Yogalates sequence with the beautiful Shilpa Shetty Kundra. As many of you may know, Pilates has been inspired by yoga moves. So as we go into some of the Pilates sequences here, you'll see a lot of yoga being blended in. We hope you enjoy the sequence. We're going to start first at the top of the mat. Feet are hip-width apart, heels are in line with the bony joints in your butt. On the inhale, we lift the arms up overhead, drawing the spine up tall to the ceiling. On the exhale, roll down through the spine, keeping the hips over the knees. Chin lowers down, holding an orange between your chin and your chest. Now from here, we extend the spine, lifting the heart up, lifting the head up, and flattening the back out. I should be able to put my hot cup of coffee right up in between your shoulders. So we're going to lift up even more. Even more. There we go. Now lift your heart, lift your head. There is a light on your heart and you want to shine the light out in between your hands. From here, as you inhale, continue to hinge up from your hips with a nice flat back. Pressing your hips forward, drawing your abdominals in. Exhale from the mouth to bring the hands back down to the hips. Inhale, arms come up, heart stays lifted. Exhale, roll down, exhaling from the mouth, drawing the belly button into the spine. Chin down, take the gaze down to the knees, and then extend the spine as you inhale. Beautiful. Lift up with a nice flat back, lifting the arms up overhead, pressing the hips forward. Exhale, hands come back down by your sides. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, roll down, mobilizing that spine. Inhale, flatten the back out, lifting the heart, lifting the head. Gaze up a little bit. Continue to hinge up with a flat back, pressing the hips forward, keeping the back as flat as you possibly can. Exhale from the mouth to lower the hands back down by the sides. 2 more times. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, roll down through the spine. Inhale, extend, lift the heart, lift the gaze. A little bit higher up now, and lift up with that flat back. So think about lifting that heart up a little bit more, pressing the hips forward, all the way up. Use your abdominals as well. Beautiful. Hands down by the sides. One last one. As you go into the last movement, think about mobilizing your spine as you roll down on your exhale, exhaling from your mouth. Think about staying engaged through your abdominals as you extend your spine, lifting the heart up, pressing the hips back. Continue to inhale into the spaces in the back as you float up with the flat back, pressing the hips forward. Exhale, bring the hands back down by your sides. We're going to take it into a Pilates push-up now. A Pilates push-up really works on developing some great upper body strength, as well as really works on those abdominal muscles. So remember to keep your abdominals engaged by drawing your belly button deep in towards your spine as we go into the push-ups. Ready? Inhale, arms lift up overhead. Exhale, we roll down through the spine again, holding on to that orange between the chin and the chest, so take the gaze slightly down. Now from here, while keeping your abdominals engaged, walk the hands out to come into your plank position. The more you keep your abdominals engaged, the less your hips will shake. Take the hands out a little bit further so that you are a nice long straight line from the top of your head all the way down to your heels. Lift the heart up slightly so that the spine stays nice and flat. From here, we lower the knees down to take it into a modification, cross at the ankles. We start first with the elbows close into the body. On the inhale, lowering everything down, hips all the way to the head. Exhale, press back up. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling from the mouth. 1 more. As you exhale, draw the belly button into the spine. Lift back up onto the toes to come back into your plank position, flattening the back out, so lower those hips down slightly. Here, feel the abdominal muscles working. Continue to engage through your abs. Walk the hands back towards your feet, lifting the hands up, drawing the belly button in. On the exhale from the mouth, roll up slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. Inhale, arms come up overhead. We dive straight into the second one. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, you roll down. Place the hands down. Continue to walk the hands out again. Remember, keep the hips nice and steady by bracing through the abdominals. Become a long, strong, straight line from the top of the head all the way to the hips. Lift the heart up slightly to get a nice flat back. Now this time, lowering the knees down. As we take it into your push-up, take the elbows wide. You're going to feel a little bit more of the chest and the shoulders working. Inhale, we lower down as a straight line, lowering everything down. Exhale, lift back up. Let's try to take the hips down as well a little bit with the upper body right till there. Exhale, back up. Think about lowering the chest between the hands on this last one. Exhale, up. Lift back up into your plank position, stretching the legs out. Lift the heart up, lower the hips down. So down a little bit lower, there we go. Heart up and gaze straight out in front, in between the hands. Walk the hands back. As you walk the hands back, once again, we stay engaged through the abdominals to keep the hips steady. Exhale, you roll up. Arms come up, inhale. Exhale, back down. One more variation now, which is going to take you into a little bit more of upper chest movement. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, roll down. Walk the hands out, come into your plank position. Using the abdominal muscles, real nice and strong. Keep the hips nice and steady. Now from here, we're going to turn the fingers so they're turning in towards each other. You're going to start to feel a little bit more of your upper chest muscles working. Knees lower back down. Let's scoot the knees back a little bit further so that you're a little bit more extended, a little bit further back than that. There we go. Now from here, slowly lowering the chest down, taking the elbows wide. Exhale to lift back up. Inhale, everything lowers down. Exhale, everything lifts back up. One more time. Try to keep those shoulders firmly above the wrists. Lift back up into your plank position, keeping the hips at level with the shoulders. Very nice. Heart stays lifted. Remember, you're a straight line from the back of your head to your tailbone. Lift the hands up as you walk them back towards your feet. And on the exhale, slowly roll up. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, hands come back down by your sides. We're going to take it now into a Pilates exercise called opposite arm leg reach. And we're going to add some traditional yoga spinal mobility with that. On the inhale, arms come up overhead. On the exhale, we roll down to transition into our all fours position. Walk your hands out, all the way out to almost in a plank position. Lower the knees down onto the mat. Your knees come right underneath your hips, hands right underneath the shoulders. So let's scoot those hands back just slightly. Good. Separate your knees out so they're just about hip width apart. We have a hot cup of coffee that we've dropped on the small of your back, so keep your coffee nice and steady. The ears are over the shoulders, shoulders above the ribs, ribs above the hips. So maintain that nice long straight line. So lift your chin up just slightly. Beautiful. So the gaze comes right in front between the hands. Chin down a little bit. Perfect. Now from here, take an inhale to prepare, and on the exhale, we'll extend the right arm in front and the left leg in the back without spilling your coffee. Take an inhale at the top. On the exhale, we lower the arm and the leg back down to the starting position. Excellent. Opposite side. Exhale to reach, keeping those hip bones pointing straight down to the floor. Inhale at the top. Exhale, lower back down. We're going to do that one more time to each side, concentrating on drawing those abdominals in nice and strong in towards the belly button, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, you reach, hip bones stay pointing down to the floor. Inhale, exhale, lower back down. One more time to the opposite side. Exhale, reach. Inhale, exhale, lower back down. We're going to add a little bit of spinal mobility to this. As we add in spinal mobility, focus on pressing down into your mat with the opposite arm and leg that is supporting you. Ready to start? And we reach right arm and left leg back, making sure the coffee stays nice and steady to begin with. Now from here, on the exhale, draw the elbow to the knee, take the gaze down to the knee. On the inhale, reach back up to your neutral position. Lower back down to your starting position. We repeat the same thing on the opposite side. And left arm, right leg, reaching out. Exhale, draw the knee to the elbow, take the gaze down. Inhale, return back. Exhale, return back to the starting position. From here now, we're going to add in a little bit more mobility. From a flexion, we're going to go into an extension as we lift the heart and lift the leg. Ready? And extend right arm, left leg. Exhale. Inhale at the top. Exhale, draw the knee to the elbow. Inhale, reach out, lift the heart up, keep pressing down through the opposite arm and the leg. Beautiful. Return back to the starting position. Opposite side. Reach out long and strong. Draw the elbow to the knee as you exhale. Inhale, reach out, lift the heart up, take the gaze up. Exhale, return back to the starting position. Hand back down, knee underneath the hip. Sit back down onto your heels. Let's take it into a little bit of an extended child's pose to rest and relax. We're going to take it next into a modified Trikonasana to get a nice stretch to the entire side of the body. From your Trikonasana, we're going to take it up into a kneeling side kick, which is a classical mat Pilates exercise. We come up to the center of the mat in a high kneeling position. Ears, shoulders, rib cage, hips and knees are all in one straight line. From here, extend the leg out on the right side. We're going to place the weight onto the outside of the foot to make sure that there's no strain on the knee. From the side, the hips, the knee, and the ankle should all be in one line. On the inhale, we're going to bring the right hand down to the side of the leg, reach up to the ceiling with the left hand. And left arm reaches up. And on the exhale, we reach up and over to get a nice big stretch to the entire left side of the body. Lift back up to reach the arms out at level with the shoulders. Draw the right knee back underneath the hip. And we repeat to the opposite side. Reach the opposite leg out. Lift the arms up at level with the shoulders. Bring the weight firmly between the first and the second toe on the foot. Make sure you are a long, strong, straight line from your hips to your knee to your ankle. Bring the hand down by the side of the thigh on the left side. Right hand comes up to the ceiling. Draw the ribs in so that the abdominals stay engaged. Reach up and over. Take the gaze straight out in front. And return back up on the exhale to the starting position, bending the left knee, bringing it back underneath the hip. Sit back down onto your heels. And from here, we take it into the kneeling side kicks. As we take it into kneeling side kicks, you're going to really feel the muscles in the glutes as well as the abs starting to work. Ready? Lift up into your high kneeling position. Knees are hip-width apart. Once again, your ears, your shoulders, your rib cage, hips and knees are all in one straight line. Lift the arms up at level with the shoulders. Keep those ribs firmly above the hips. Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to tip over to the right side. Stretching the left leg out, pressing the hips forward, and then bending the top arm to bring the hand back behind the head. We're going to lift the leg up a little bit higher. You're going to feel the glute on the bottom leg working, feel the abdominal muscles working, and now here with the strong exhale, press down onto the floor, press the hips forward, return back up to the arms up by your sides. Let's try it to the other side. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, tip, press the hips forward, take the gaze forward, reach the bottom leg out, and lift the hips up, press that bottom hip forward. Take an inhale here, and on the exhale, return back to the starting position without sitting back down onto your heels. Lower the hands back down by your sides. This is a very difficult exercise, so take it at your own pace now as we add in some kicks to this. Lift the arms up on the inhale. On the exhale, we tip back over to the right, stretching the leg out, pressing the hips forward, lacing the hand back behind the head. Now from here, without sitting back down onto the heel, we're going to lift and lower the leg. maintaining that long, strong, straight line from the top of the head all the way down to the toes. Keep pressing the hip forward as we lift for 3 and 2. Keep those abdominals strong. 1. Bend the knee, press into the hand to lift back up to your starting position. We do the opposite side. Lower down to the opposite side. On the exhale, we tip over. Placing the hand firmly underneath the shoulder, press the hips forward. You're sandwiched between 2 pieces of glass. And from here, we lift the leg up and lower. And lift and lower. Keep the ribs over the hips and lift and lower. For 5, keep pressing the bottom hip forward. 4, make sure you feel those glutes working. And 3, and lift back up. Lower the hands back down by your sides. Our next exercise is spine twist. Spine twist is a fantastic way to release all the muscles in the back area, and it's a great way to connect the breathing with movement. The abdominals stay engaged throughout, so make sure you sit up really nice and tall. We sit up nice and tall on the bony joints in the butt. Take a deep inhale, stretch the spine up. Exhale, relax the shoulders. On the inhale, without shifting the feet, we're going to inhale 2 times to the right, twisting the head, neck, and shoulders, taking the gaze back behind you. Keep the arm at level with the shoulder. Exhale, return back to the starting position. Inhale, lift up nice and high. Exhale, return back in. Inhale, inhale to the right. Exhale, back to the starting position. Inhale, inhale to the left. Exhale, back to the starting position. Inhale, inhale to the right. Exhale, back to the starting position. Inhale, inhale to the left. Exhale, back to the starting position. Now we're going to modify it by bending the knees slightly so we can sit up really nice and tall on the bony joints in your butt. We modify it further by doing an exhale on the rotation. So to the right, exhale, exhale, turning the head, the neck, and the shoulders. Inhale, return back to the center. Exhale, exhale, inhale, return back in. Making sure the feet stay steady right next to each other. Hip bones are anchored down, and you're rotating the rib cage, the head, and the neck while keeping the spine reaching up to the ceiling. Making sure the feet stay steady right next to each other. Hip bones are anchored down, and you're rotating the rib cage, the head, and the neck while keeping the spine reaching up to the ceiling. And relax. We're going to take it now into some traditional yoga moves which will add a few of the Pilates principles too. We move now into a cobra, BHUJANGASANA, as well as into the Pilates full swan. Lying down on your stomach. Fingers are at level with your shoulders. Keep your hip bones pressing down into the mat and reach out long and strong through the backs of the legs. So keep the backs of your legs active. On the inhale, lift up just till your chest is just up off the mat. Exhale, lower back down. We're going to do that 4 more times. We'll lift up a little bit higher, but without pressing from the hands, initiating the movement by using the muscles in the mid-back. Inhale, we lift up. Exhale, slowly down. On the next 3 repetitions, try to keep the back of the neck nice and long. So keep thinking that you're holding an orange between your chin and your chest. Inhale, lift up. Elbows stay close to the side, shoulders stay away from the ears. Exhale, slowly down. And again, inhale. Keep reaching out through the backs of the legs. And exhale. One last one. On the last one, as you inhale and lift up, at the top, hover your hands up off the mat to ensure that you're initiating the movement not from your hands but from your back. So let's try that, Shilpa. Inhale, chin down slightly, create length through the back of the neck. Exhale, slowly lower back down. We're going to increase the range of motion now. As we increase the range of motion and take it up into a full swan, make sure you're not feeling this in the lower back. So reach out long through the backs of the legs and really press your hip bones down into the mat to keep it out. Inhale, lift up, initiating the movement from the spine, pressing the hip bones down, shoulders stay down, chin up to take the gaze straight out in front. exhale, slowly lower all the way back down. As you inhale and lift, press the hip bones down into the mat. Reach the backs of the legs nice and long. Stay light on your hands. Beautiful. Exhale, slowly back down. And lift again. For 4, inhale. Nothing to the lower back. Feel the mid-back muscles working. Exhale. And 3, the shoulders will be working to help support you. And slowly down. Exhale. Get light on the hands. Inhale. And exhale. One last one. Let's see if we can straighten out the arms all the way up. Inhale. Everyone's range of motion is going to be different from this exercise. It's important not to fall into the lower back. Exhale, slowly down. Keep thinking about that orange between your chin and your chest. Inhale. And exhale. Relax. We're now going to move into the super advanced Dhanurasana, also known as bow pose. And from the bow pose, we're going to take you into a little bit of rocking, which is a Pilates movement. As we go into this movement, remember, if you have lower back issues, don't do this movement. Ready? We're going to bend the knees, bring the hands back. Reach the hands into the feet, close to the toes. We're going to take a deep inhale, and on the inhale, while pressing your feet into your hands, bow the body up. The more you press your feet into your hands, the more you're going to be able to lift your thighs and your chest up. Hold here for 5, and 4, and 3. Keep pressing up, 2, and 1. Slowly lower back down and relax as you exhale. We're going to go bow back up now and take it into rocking. Take a deep inhale and press up, lifting up, pressing your feet into your hands, using your breath. On the exhale, we rock back and inhale up. And exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale for 3, and 2, and 1. And relax. While going into rocking, it's important to make sure that you are not jamming into your head, not pigeoning your head forwards, but simply rocking on the bony joints in your hips. We now move into 2 traditional yoga and Pilates moves. The first one we're going to do is SETUBANDHANSANA, which is your yoga shoulder bridge, and from there we will move into our Pilates bridge. We're lying down on the back. Knees are bent, feet are flat down onto the mat, and the heels come nice and close to the bony joints in the hip. Reaching down for the ankles, bringing the hips down. On the inhale, we bridge the hips up, bringing the weight onto the back of the shoulders, lifting up as high as we can without jamming into the back of the neck. On the exhale, slowly roll back down to the starting position. We do that 3 more times. Everyone's range of motion is going to be different. Work at what works best for you. And slowly roll back down. Think about drawing the kneecaps forward as you bring your weight onto the back of the shoulders. Lifting up as high as you can, slowly rolling back down. And again, lifting up one last time. And slowly rolling back down. We're going to transition now into our yoga bridge, which works a little bit more on spinal mobility and strengthening through the backs of the legs. We shift the feet forwards, keeping the knees in line with the hips and the feet hip-width apart. So bring your feet a little bit closer in towards each other. There we go. Now here, on the inhale, we peel the spinal column off, lifting up only till you are a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Bring the weight firmly onto the back of the shoulders. Feel the backs of the legs working. On the exhale, we slowly melt the spine back down. 1 vertebrae at a time, bringing the tailbone down at the very end. Let's do that 3 more times. As you lift up, engage through the backs of the legs from the very beginning of the lift. And on the exhale, slowly roll back down. 1 vertebrae at a time. Think that that you're wearing a striped t-shirt, lift up one stripe at a time, starting from the bottom. Inhale, we lift. Straight line from the shoulders to the knees. Exhale, we slowly lower back down. One last one, bringing the weight firmly onto the back of the shoulders. And bridge the hips up. Inhale. Reach out long. Exhale, slowly melt down, one vertebrae at a time. And relax. We take it now into some serious abdominal strengthening exercises. We go from the traditional yoga NAUKASANA up to the Pilates teaser. In these exercises, focus on letting your breath help the movement. We start first by lifting the legs up into a tabletop position. Knees are heavy over your hips. On the inhale, we lift the arms up overhead, floating up into our NAUKASANA. Shoulders stay away from the ears, abdominals are nice and engaged. Inhale, lower back down. We'll do that 2 more times. Lifting the heels up. Inhale, exhale to lift. Keep the collarbones wide. Inhale, slowly back down. 1 more time. Lifting up and all the way back down. Bring the feet back down to relax for just a second. As we take it up into the Pilates teaser now, the range of motion becomes much bigger. You want to stay slightly rounded in the lower back, but you want to sit up till you're almost in a V-sit position. When you're ready, Shilpa, lift the legs up to a tabletop position. From here, zip the legs out and lift up till your body is in a nice boat shape. Slowly lower back down as you inhale. We'll do that 2 more times. Legs lift up to a tabletop position. Stretch the legs out. Exhale, lifting up, coming up to that nice boat shape. And lower down. One last one. And exhale, we lift right till there. And slowly back down. And relax. In the traditional Pilates teaser, we'll come up to a much bigger range of motion. Focus on lifting the legs up and the upper body up until you are in a nice V-sit hold. Ready, Shilpa? Lift the legs up to your tabletop position. Zip the inner thighs together. Float the arms up overhead. Sweep the arms up out to the side, lifting up nice and high, heart stays lifted. Now, bend the knees back to the tabletop position, roll down through the upper body. Sweep the arms back out to the sides and lift back up as you exhale. Lifting up, lowering your shoulders away, heart lifted. Beautiful. Back down. Let's do that 1 more time. Lifting up with control, lowering with control. Strong exhale. And lower back down and relax. Feel those abdominal muscles really working through both these exercises. We move now into the traditional yoga PURVOTTANASANA, an exercise that really works on stretching out the entire front of the body. From there, we'll move into a traditional Pilates move, which is leg pull up. We're sitting up nice and tall. Hands come back behind you about 5 or 6 inches away from your hips. You can either have your fingers pointing towards you or pointing away, whatever feels comfortable for you. So turn your fingers a little bit more towards your hips. From here, on a deep inhale, we lift the hips up, pointing the toes down, taking the gaze up to the ceiling to open up the shoulders and the hips. Keep lifting up. Exhale, slowly lower back down to your starting position. Let's do that 2 more times. As you lift up, think about tweezing at your bottom, keeping the collarbones wide and the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, slowly lower back down. 1 more time. Inhale, we lift. Feel that big stretch to the front. Exhale, slowly lower back down. We're going to add in a little bit of a leg lift now, working into our Pilates leg pull up. As we go into leg pull up, focus on really tweezing at your bottom to keep the hips lifted and leveled. Ready, Shilpa? Take the hands a little bit further away from the hips. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Use your strong shoulders and your triceps to lift your hips up as you inhale. Point the toes down Take the gaze up to the top of the ceiling, where the wall and the ceiling meet. From here, without lowering the hips, float the right leg up, lower back down, float the left leg up, keeping the hips leveled and lifted, lower back down. Exhale, lower back down to your starting position. We add a challenge now. We lift the leg 2 times on each side. Whenever you're ready, hands come back behind you. On the inhale, lift the hips up, bring the weight up onto the back, point the toes down. Take the gaze up to the top, chin down slightly. Lift the right leg up, pulse up 2 times, lower back down. Left leg, keep the hips leveled and lifted, lower back down to your starting position. We add in one more big challenge. We pulse the leg up 3 times now. When you're ready. Inhale, lift the hips up, point the toes down, take the gaze up slightly, lower down. Lift the right leg up, pulse 3, 2, 1, lower back down. Pulse 3, 2, 1, hips up, lower down. Exhale, lower back down. Feel the backs of the arms working, feel the front of the legs working, and feel a nice big stretch to the entire front of your body. We now move into the traditional yoga PASCHMOTTANASANA. This is going to stretch you out through the back of the body, and from there we work into a very similar Pilates exercise called spine stretch forward. The big difference between the two is the engagement of the abdominals. We're sitting up nice and tall on the bony joints in the butt. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward from the back, reaching your chin to your knees, flattening the back out. So we're going to lift the heart up a little bit more. Chin goes down slightly. So chin down. There we go. And lift your heart up. Excellent. Feel a big stretch to the back of the legs. Slowly lift back up to the starting position. And again. Watch to make sure as you hinge forward, the back is not rounding out, but you're thinking about extending the spine to get that bigger stretch to the back of the legs. And lift back up. Last one, keep the heart lifted as you reach the chin forward. Reach out and slowly back up. Hands come back down by your sides. As we move now into our Pilates spine stretch forward, we focus on keeping the hip bones grounded down onto your mat so you can feel a nice big stretch to the upper back muscles. Separate the legs out so they're just about shoulder width apart. Lift the hands up at level with the shoulders. The hands stay lifted throughout. Take a deep inhale to prepare. And on the exhale, take the head, neck, and shoulders forward, tucking your chin to your chest like you're holding an orange between the chin and the chest. Stay up onto the bony joints in the butt, and as you exhale, slowly stack back up to the starting position. Hands remain at level with the shoulders. Sit up a little bit taller. Pretend like there is a wall back behind you and you want to stay up against the wall. Let's try that 2 more times. Exhale. Reach the head, neck, and shoulders forward. Chin goes down to reach the top of the head forward to the wall in front of you. Feel the big stretch across the middle of the back. Slowly stack back up as you inhale, drawing your shoulders down and away from the ears. One last one. Bend the knees slightly if you need to help you sit up really tall. Toes pull up towards your face. And you can stretch your legs out a little bit more than this. So come down onto your heels. Pull the toes up towards your face. There we go. Sit up tall. And again, you reach forward. Exhale. Tuck the chin down. Reach the crown of the head forwards. Stack all the way back up to the starting position as you inhale, drawing your shoulders down and away, and relax. We take it into spine stretch forward now. Separate the legs out so they are just about hip width apart. We'll bend the knees now so it is easier to sit up nice and tall on the bony joints in the butt. Pull your toes up towards your face. Lift your arms up so they come at level with the chest. You take a deep inhale to prepare. And on the exhale, reach your head, neck, and shoulders forward, tipping your chin down to bring the crown of the head forward. As you reach forward, feel a big stretch to the mid-back. And then slowly stack back up to the starting position, bringing the ribs back up over the hips. And again, Inhale, reach the head, neck and shoulders forward. Tuck the chin to the chest. Reach the top of the head forward to the wall in front of you. Stay up on the bony joints. With a strong exhale from the mouth, slowly roll back up, bringing the ribs firmly up over the hips. One more time. And you reach forward, inhale. Breathe into the spaces in the back. Chin travels down, head travels forward with the neck and the ribs. Exhale, stack back up, sitting up nice and tall as you come back up. And relax. We're going to take it now into our final exercise of a little bit of breathing. We're going to show two distinct breathing patterns. One is abdominal breathing and the other is your traditional Pilates breathing, which is lateral breathing. We're sitting in whichever way is most comfortable for you. So here sitting in Sukhasana. We're going to sit with the hands relaxed down by the sides, starting real nice and easy with some abdominal breathing. On the inhale, take the belly out towards the front, filling the abdominal cavity with air. On the exhale, draw the belly button in. Inhale. Abdominal breathing really helps in relaxing the complete body, so it's a great way to end your exercise routine. Inhale. And exhale, draw in, nice and strong. Inhale. Abdominal breathing really helps in relaxing the complete body, so it's a great way to end your exercise routine. Inhale. And exhale, draw in, nice and strong. Taking it to lateral breathing now. Place the hands on the last 3 or 4 ribs of the rib cage, the thumb hooks around to the back. Sitting up nice and tall on the bony joints in the butt. On the inhale, we open up the rib cage to 2 sides of the room. Think about opening up your rib cage like an umbrella, and as you exhale from your mouth, let the rib cage slide back down. Spine stays nice and straight. We inhale. Rib cage opens up. Breathe into the spaces in the back. Exhale, slowly let the rib cage slide back down. One more time. Keep the spine nice and straight. Don't lift the chest or the shoulders. Exhale, slowly let the rib cage slide back in, drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Rib cage opens up. Breathe into the spaces in the back. Exhale, slowly let the rib cage slide back down. One more time. Keep the spine nice and straight. Don't lift the chest or the shoulders. Exhale, slowly let the rib cage slide back in, drawing the belly button in towards the spine. And relax. If lateral breathing is done correctly, you can feel all the muscles in the back starting to wake up as you breathe into the rib cage. Thank you for joining us for this session of Yogalates. Hope you enjoyed the exercises, and please remember, anytime you start a new routine, make sure you listen to your body. Work on some of the modifications we've shown you today, and really think about working on the areas which we have specifically given to you. And last but not in the least, Swasth raho, mast raho.